Thank you for joining me on my masterclass. Now, today we're going to be talking about how to benefit from the $100 trillion world economy. So, we're approaching the year 2023. We are in the month of December, so we're virtually less than a month into 2023. And 2023 is unique because it's going to be the first time that the world GDP, the global GDP, is going to be hitting 100 trillion. 100 trillion. So that's a lot of money. There are less than 8 billion people in the world, and if you divide 8 billion by 100 trillion, each of us can have, over $10,000 so that we can end world poverty. The thing is, a lot of people don't know what to do to end their poverty. There's a dearth of information. We don't have to be poor anymore. With 100 trillion for the global GDP, everybody can access wealth and everybody can be wealthy. Now, how do we do it? You see, you've got to see, and I know this sounds a bit cliche, it's a tired world, but we got to see the world as a global village now. Countries are beginning to lose their significance. Boundaries are beginning to fade away. The world is a global village. We're seeing it right now. The Prime Minister of the United Kingdom is of Indian origin. So he's no longer an Indian, he's now Briton, but he's of Indian origin. We saw in America first, we saw somebody of Kenyan parentage, Obama, was their president. So it's happened, and this is not the first time it's even happened in the United Kingdom. They've had Jewish people as their prime ministers in the United Kingdom. In France, they've had people who were from Hungary as their presidents. So the world is a global village, and you can benefit from that 100 trillion economy. So what you got to do, you got to see the whole world as your oyster. Forget about, oh, I'm from here or I'm from there. See the world as your oyster. There are a number of things that you can do to benefit from this 100 trillion economy. Now, the first thing that you can do is to sell globally. Selling. The world is producing, and then people who are producing. You see, production is nothing if there are no sellers. Any company, the most important department in that company is not the research and development. That's very important. But it's the sales department, because whatever you do, if you don't sell, that company is going to go bankrupt. So you want to sell. So you look at a country like the United States, next year they're projected to have a $25.3 trillion economy. You look at a country like China, $19.4 trillion economy. So these are places whereby you got a lot of people flush with cash. They can buy things, sell something, look for something, create something to sell. And you can sell on Amazon, you can sell on Alibaba. You cannot sit down maybe in Cambodia or in Tanzania or in Ghana, Nigeria, Nepal and say, oh, I'm poor. You have something to sell. And you don't even have to have a warehouse to keep your inventory. You can sell on Amazon. Amazon will actually fulfill your orders for you. And it's so easy. If you want to know more about that, you can watch my video on how to sell on Amazon. It's on this channel. Another thing that you can do, go on YouTube. You're watching this video on YouTube. I'm going to be making money on YouTube. I make more money on YouTube than most people on earth every month. And then, YouTube has a global audience. In some countries, I think maybe like in China, they have some kind of limitations on that. But by and large, they've got a global audience. And you can make a lot of money on YouTube. There are people, they want to be entertained. There are people that want to know about your culture. There are people that want to know what to do to make money. There are people that, whatever your skill is, maybe you're knitting. There's a young boy in America. He was adopted from Ethiopia. Jonah, he's now just knitting. They found out he was very brilliant with knitting, and then he's doing videos, making a lot of money. What can you do? Just find a niche and then start a YouTube page or a TikTok channel and monetize it and start making money. If you want to know how to monetize it, I have a deep video on this channel. Watch it and then you can learn how to monetize it. And that's not all. There's more stuff that you can do. You see, another thing that you can do to make money is that you can buy shares globally. You can buy shares globally. I do that. You can make money. You can make money globally. It used to be before that you need a citizenship requirement to invest in like a country, like maybe the United Kingdom, France, Tanzania, Nigeria, Cambodia, Thailand, Mexico, Peru, Chile. No! Right now, there are apps that enable you to buy shares globally in whatever countries that you want to. You buy shares, and the thing is, the beauty about shares, you can also buy what they call ETFs, and then ETFs, especially gold ETFs, they tend to be very, very valuable. A country like Nigeria, if you had bought their ETF 2 years ago, your money would have more than doubled. So, in India, Bangladesh, gold ETFs are doing very well. And there are other ETFs, there's silver, there are other stuff. But you are not limited to your country. Your money can start in your country, but travel to another country and make you money. You can buy the NASDAQ. In America, you can buy an S&P 500 index. You can buy in the Dow Jones. You can buy in the DAX from, you can buy in the FTSE. Buy shares globally. There are apps that you can use. You can use eToro. eToro works in almost all countries. There's some countries that eToro will not work in because of, like there's been bad experiences in those countries. So if you're in those countries, there are other apps in your countries, local apps. If you don't know what apps to use, in the comment section, ask a question. I'll try to respond, because I can't start going individually from country to country saying this app works, this app works. So put your comments in the comment section and I'll do my best to respond to you. Another thing that you can do, some people say, okay, they want to start a business, but they don't have money. They don't have money, they don't have capital. What you can do, there's something called peer-to-peer lending, and it crosses borders. So peer-to-peer lending is not a bank, it's just individuals like you and I, and then they go on various sites, peer-to-peer lending, and then they lend money to people all over the world. You could be in America, you lend money to somebody in Chile. You can be in Peru and you lend money to somebody in the United Kingdom, believe it or not. You can be in Tanzania and then you can borrow money from somebody in China. It's called peer-to-peer lending. And then what happens is that you get interest on your money, and the interest you're going to get is going to be very good. So what you do is you write up a business proposal. You join one of the peer-to-peer lending platforms, you put your business proposal down, and then people look at it and then they post it, and then one of your peers looks at it and say, this is good, and then they lend you some money. You start a business, the business has to grow, and then you repay the money back. It's happening. So you don't have to sit down and say, okay, I'm in a slum in Kenya, maybe you're in Kibera, and I don't have any money. But then in the hinter areas of Kenya, they have rice, they got sorghum, they got millet, they got corn at cheap and affordable prices, and if I just bring them to Nairobi, I can sell them at a very good profit, but I don't have capital. No bank is going to give me money. Go on peer-to-peer lending platforms. Now, if you don't know how to get on peer-to-peer lending platforms, I've done a video on this channel. Watch that video, it's going to help you. Now, there are other things that you can do. You're not just limited to that. There are things that you can do. You can do remote working, and I've done tons of videos on how you can do remote working. You can do virtual assistant. But what I'm telling you is that this global economy, 100 trillion, is yours for the taking. Don't sit down and say you're poor. There's stuff that you can do, to make money. And I'm giving you, a brief summary. If you want to know the details, check on my videos where I address each and every of these categories, in a holistic manner. Now, my name is Ronald Mokri. This is rather a mouthful, I know. But if you have questions arising from this, put them in the comment section. I'm going to do my best to respond to each and every category. But you got to remember, I do not have a WhatsApp forum, a Gmail email address, or a Telegram channel. Beware of spammers and scammers. They create YouTube profiles with my face, with my image, with my photo, and they approach you in the comment section telling you helpline, guideline, one-on-one mentoring. Everything I do is for free. I do not charge. Those guys are scammers. They are going to ask you to pay money. The last thing you hear from them, and then you come to me and say, Pastor Reno, you have duped me. No, I haven't duped you. And remember, everything I've told you is not financial advice. It's my opinion. Thank you for watching, and may God bless you.
But Reno travels all around the world. I hope you get inspired about what you see. Apostle of greatness, Reno is a master. Only one man against the whole world in large. Fighting with the monsters, poverty I can't stand. That's why Reno is